Since I started the column, I've gotten a lot of emails from advisors, very, very supportive, and a lot of questions. One of the questions that I'm getting a lot is, this is great, I totally buy in, I get it, what do I do about it? And it is, of course, the most impactful and powerful question that you can ask. There are a lot of things that you can do about it. One of my favorite examples is a firm that I worked in my early 20s. I was working in the estate planning and wealth management field, and the principal that I worked for was a brilliant technician. He cared deeply about clients, and he was a not very effective salesperson. When it came time to quote fees, he became noticeably uncomfortable. And our closing rate showed this, right? Our closing rate in that case was below 60%, which made no sense whatsoever. So as I like to do, I started to reframe the situation. And I said, what's really going on here? And what I noticed was that his level of confidence changed dramatically when it came time to quote the fees. Now, our fees were actually on the high end of the spectrum. We were a boutique firm, we did sophisticated planning, and we did it for really high net worth individuals. So this is not a group that you want to lack confidence in. So it's a good example of how I was retraining brains before I even knew it. So I sat him down and I said, look, you have every capability. What you lack is confidence. And I think we just need to get in the habit of verbalizing how we quote our fees. So we came up with a conversation that went something like this. Our fees aren't the least expensive. They're not the most expensive. But we find in talking with our clients that they're more than fair for the value that we deliver. In your case, based on the situation that you have, the goals that you have, and the complexity of the work to be done, our fees will be, fill in the blank. If you'd like to move forward, da-da-da-da-da, right? So this very normal, casual, comfortable conversation. But it wasn't normal or casual or comfortable to him, right? His brain had developed these pathways of, I believe that there's a risk of failure or rejection here, and therefore I'm going to become uncomfortable. And what I realized was we needed to overcome that. So I actually had him go through the exercise of the fee conversation 5 times a day. That was his assignment. 5 times a day, out loud, I want you to recite this conversation. Our fees aren't the least expensive. They're not the most expensive, but they're fair for the value that we deliver. I want you to say it to the dog. I want you to say it when you're shaving in the morning. Tell it to the gas pump, to your kids, to your wife. 5 times a day, have this conversation with yourself. He did that whole, I'm going to humor you because I know we are good at getting results, so let's go for it. And he did. And you know what the result was? Our closing rate skyrocketed to over 90%.